It was supposed to be another ordinary filming day. The crew was ready, the cameras were rolling, and the atmosphere on set was light. Sandara Park and Jung Il Woo had been in high spirits, joking between takes and enjoying the flow of the production. But what happened next would shake everyone present and leave fans worldwide in shock. In the middle of a scene, Jung Il Woo suddenly collapsed. The moment was so unexpected, so jarring, that the set fell silent before anyone could process what had just happened. Sandara Park, who was standing just a few feet away, froze for a split second. Then, instinct took over. She rushed to his side, dropping to her knees, calling out his name, her voice trembling. Witnesses say the fear in her tone was enough to make anyone's heart sink. This was not a scripted moment. There were no cameras in character mode. This was real. The crew quickly gathered around, calling for medical staff on site, but Sandara stayed close, holding Jung Il Woo's hand and trying to keep him conscious. Those present described the way she kept talking to him softly, telling him to hang on, telling him to breathe, even as her own eyes welled up with tears. She wasn't just a co-star at that moment. She was a friend, terrified for someone she deeply cared about. The incident happened during a demanding shoot schedule. Both actors had been working long hours, and while Jung Il Woo is known for his professionalism and dedication, insiders revealed that he had been feeling under the weather for days. But being the committed actor he is, he chose not to slow down. Unfortunately, that decision may have pushed him beyond his physical limits. For Sandara, seeing him collapse was more than just witnessing a health scare. It was watching someone she had grown close to over the years suddenly become vulnerable. Their friendship had been built on years of mutual respect and quiet support. And in that moment, all the cameras, the crew, and the chaos of filming faded away. There was only concern, fear, and a desperate hope that he would be okay. Paramedics arrived quickly, checking his vitals and preparing to transport him to the hospital. Sandara followed closely, refusing to leave his side. Crew members recalled how she walked beside the stretcher, her eyes fixed on him, as if afraid that if she looked away, something worse might happen. It wasn't the image of a glamorous star, it was the image of a woman deeply affected by the condition of someone important to her. News of the incident spread like wildfire. Within hours, social media was flooded with hashtags about Jung Il Woo's collapse. Fans expressed concern, while others posted prayers and encouragement. But what caught the most attention was the footage of Sandara wiping her tears as she stepped into the hospital. That single image captured the raw emotion of the moment. Reporters camped outside the hospital, waiting for updates. Hours later, the production team released a statement saying that Jung Il Woo had suffered from severe exhaustion and dehydration. The grueling filming schedule, coupled with his prior fatigue, had taken its toll. He was advised to take a break from filming to recover fully. But behind the official statement was a more personal story. Friends of both stars said Sandara stayed at the hospital for hours, refusing to leave until she knew he was stable. She sat in the waiting room, speaking to his family, offering comfort, and checking in with the doctors. When Jung Il Woo finally regained consciousness, the first person he reportedly saw was Sandara. Witnesses say his faint smile and her tearful laugh was a moment that spoke volumes about their bond. The incident became more than just a health scare. It became a turning point in their relationship. While neither has ever confirmed romantic involvement, moments like this make fans wonder if there's more to their connection than friendship. The way Sandara reacted, the way she dropped everything to be by his side, the way she remained visibly shaken even after hearing he was going to be fine, it's the kind of devotion you can't fake. As Jung Il Woo began his recovery, Sandara continued to check on him. Even when filming resumed without him, she reportedly kept in touch every day, sending him meals, jokes to keep his spirits up, and updates from the set. Crew members said she seemed quieter after the incident, more reflective. It was clear that what happened had left a deep impression on her. In the days that followed, fans began sharing older interviews and behind-the-scenes clips of the two stars, pointing out moments of genuine care and warmth between them. Some fans believe that this collapse and Sandara's heartfelt reaction only confirms what they've suspected for years, that there's an unspoken closeness between them that goes beyond colleagues. For Jung Il Woo, the incident served as a wake-up call. He released a personal message to his fans, apologizing for worrying them and promising to take better care of his health. He also expressed gratitude to the people who supported him during that scary moment, mentioning Sandara by name and calling her a true friend. That simple acknowledgement was enough to send fan speculation into overdrive. Sandara, on her part, remained quiet about the details, only posting a short note online saying she was thankful he was okay and reminding everyone to take care of their health. She didn't elaborate, but her actions on that day spoke far louder than any statement could. The entertainment industry can be relentless, demanding long hours, emotional performances, and physical endurance. But moments like these remind us that behind the glamorous photos and carefully crafted public images are human beings who can fall, who can hurt, and who need each other. Sandara Park's breakdown in the face of Jung Il Woo's collapse wasn't weakness, it was humanity. For fans of both stars, this moment will likely be remembered for years. Not as a scandal, not as a manufactured PR stunt, but as a genuine, unscripted reminder of care and connection. Whether their bond is friendship or something more, one thing is certain: when the lights go out and the cameras stop rolling, it's the real relationships that matter. And so, as Jung Il Woo continues to recover and Sandara returns to her work, fans will keep watching, not just for their performances, but for those little moments that reveal who they truly are when the world isn't watching. The moment on set may have been frightening, but it also showed something beautiful, that in the hardest moments, we learn who will run toward us when we fall. And for Jung Il Woo that day, it was Sandara Park. In the days after the incident, production insiders began sharing more details about what happened behind the scenes. While the official cause was listed as exhaustion and dehydration, some crew members hinted that Jung Il Woo had been pushing himself far beyond the call of duty. Not only was he filming long hours for the drama, but he was also juggling multiple commitments, including endorsement shoots and charity appearances. For weeks, he had been getting by on minimal rest, masking his fatigue with professionalism and his signature warm smile. But no matter how strong a person appears, the body eventually demands rest. And when it did, it happened in the most public and alarming way possible. One assistant director recalled that just minutes before the collapse, Jung Il Woo had been rehearsing a particularly intense scene that required a lot of physical movement under the hot studio lights. Sandara, ever the supportive co-star, had been checking in on him between takes, asking if he needed water or a quick break. But true to his nature, he waved it off, telling her he was fine. Moments later, he stumbled, his body giving in, and the mood on set shifted from professional focus to sheer panic. For Sandara, the image of him lying on the floor, pale and unresponsive, will likely stay with her for a long time. Witnesses say that even after paramedics arrived, she couldn't bring herself to step away, as if moving would somehow make the situation worse. And while she managed to hold it together in front of the crew, the moment she stepped into the hospital lobby, the tears came. It wasn't the glamorous, composed image fans are used to seeing. It was raw, unfiltered emotion. Over the next several days, Sandara cleared her personal schedule so she could be available if Jung Il Woo's family needed anything. Sources close to her say she insisted on visiting him daily, even when his management advised against too much outside contact for his rest. She brought healthy meals, small gifts, and handwritten notes to encourage him. One nurse even shared that Sandara often sat quietly in the corner of his room, reading scripts or working on her phone, just so he wouldn't feel alone if he woke up. Fans began to notice her absence from public events she had previously committed to. When asked by reporters, her team simply said she was focused on personal matters, leaving the public to connect the dots. And connect them they did. Social media was filled with speculation, not only about the seriousness of Jung Il Woo's condition, but also about the true nature of his bond with Sandara. Some fans recalled past interviews where Jung Il Woo had praised Sandara's kindness and work ethic. In one variety show appearance years ago, he even joked that she was the kind of person who would make a great partner because she always looked out for others. At the time, it was brushed off as friendly banter. But now, with her unwavering presence during his recovery, many began to see that comment in a new light. Meanwhile, Jung Il Woo's agency worked hard to assure fans that he was on the mend. They released short updates about his condition, emphasizing that he was resting and responding well to treatment. Yet, what those updates didn't capture was the quiet emotional connection playing out behind the hospital walls. Those close to the two stars say that this ordeal deepened their relationship, giving them a new appreciation for each other beyond the professional sphere. When Jung Il Woo was finally discharged, it wasn't a flashy, media-heavy event. There were no press conferences or staged photo ops. Instead, he quietly left the hospital with his family and a small circle of trusted friends, Sandara among them. Witnesses describe her walking a few steps behind him, letting his family take the spotlight, but staying close enough to offer support if needed. In the days following his discharge, he made a private visit to the set to thank the crew for their patience and understanding during his absence. Sandara was there, and while they didn't make any public display of affection, those watching closely noticed the way their eyes met, a subtle but telling sign of gratitude and connection. The story could have ended there, but for fans, it became a symbol of something much bigger. In an industry often criticized for being cold and competitive, this was a rare glimpse into the real bonds that can form when people face difficult moments together. It wasn't about fame or image. It was about genuine care, the kind that reveals itself in moments of crisis. Months from now, this incident might just be a footnote in their careers, overshadowed by new roles, awards, and projects. But for those who were there, and for the fans who followed every update with bated breath, the memory of Sandara Park breaking down as Jung Il Woo collapsed will remain a poignant reminder that sometimes the most powerful stories aren't written in scripts, they unfold in real life, when the cameras stop and humanity takes center stage. And perhaps, just perhaps, it will also be remembered as the moment that quietly redefined their relationship, one act of care, one day of fear, and a bond that may have grown stronger than either of them ever expected.